Hello and welcome back once again to Alex Makes. What's up, everybody? I'm sorry for the crappy singing. I'm just excited because I'm testing a recipe that I've been wanting to try for almost 2 years now. These are the best brownies you'll ever eat, hosted by Tasty. We're going to need the ingredients that you see in front of you, and as always, I will list them in the description below as well as link the original recipe. So to get started, I'm going to sift together 1 cup of flour and 1/2 of a cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. Now that is sifted together, I'm going to set it to the side and prep my baking pan. I'm going to spray it lightly with some vegetable oil spray and use a piece of parchment paper that overhangs on the sides for easier extraction of our brownies. Now this wouldn't be a tasty recipe test without some of their branded merchandise. So we are going to chop our 2 4-ounce bars of semi-sweet chocolate, and we're going to place this into a mixing bowl. Next, in our mixing bowl full of chocolate, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of espresso powder. Yes, that is espresso, not espresso. There's no X in that word. Get it together, people. Next, we're going to add 1/4 cup of our Dutch processed cocoa. Now into a separate bowl, we're going to start cracking our eggs. And I saw Joshua Weissman do this, so I had to try it, and bam, I can do it. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I used to work for the the Waffle House, so I can crack eggs all day long. Next, into the bowl of our stand mixer, I'm going to add 2 cups of granulated sugar, along with 1/2 a cup of tightly packed brown sugar. And if you ever wondered why my face isn't normally in my videos, it's because whenever I'm recording, the entire family wants to get in on it. Next, we'll be adding 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract as well as 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, not videoed here. Next, on medium-high speed, we're going to add our eggs 1 at a time until fully combined, and then we're going to let this beat for 10 minutes until light, fluffy, and pale in color. Next, while that is beating, we're going to take our 2.5 sticks of butter and melt that down, and while it's still hot, we're going to add that to our bowl with our chocolate, espresso, and cocoa powder. This will form a ganache that we're going to add to our whipped eggs and sugar mixture. So after 10 minutes, your eggs and sugar should look like this, and we're going to stream in our ganache. And you don't want to overmix this because it will knock all the air out that you just created by whipping this for 10 minutes. So just after everything is combined, you want it to look like this. Next, we're going to add our sifted flour and cocoa powder to the bowl, and we are going to fold this in, being careful not to knock all the air out of that mixture once again. There is no leavening in this recipe, so this is the only way that you'll get any lift on your brownies is by keeping that air. After that has been folded together, we're going to pour that into our prepped baking pan, and we're going to use our rubber spatula to smooth the top of that. Next, these shall go to the center rack of my preheated oven, at 350 degrees. While those are baking is the best time to clean up your kitchen because the fruits of your labor always taste better in a clean kitchen, in my opinion. Now, after baking for 20 minutes, we're going to take these and we're literally going to throw them onto the counter, like so. Then these should go back in the oven for another 20 minutes. After that additional 20 minutes of bake time, these are going to come out and go into a cooling rack until they cool completely in the pan. After these have cooled, we're going to extract our brownies and transfer them to the cutting board and pretend to be a magician. Then we're going to cut these into 24 pieces and wiping the knife between each cut with a clean towel. Now this recipe is titled The Best Brownies You'll Ever Eat. So with such a subjective title like that, we're going to need an actual reaction today.
This is so weird because I don't know where to look. Maybe I should do that. Here it goes. Apparently, or allegedly, the best brownie that you will ever eat.
That's very good. That's very good.
You said that's very good?
That's pretty good.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the best brownie.
Come in front.
The bottom tastes really burnt though.
The bottom does taste a little burnt. I think I cooked it for a little too long. It said to do 40 minutes. I don't know though.
So once you get past the burnt taste, it's pretty good.
I don't know. I can definitely kind of pick up the hint of coffee. And I can definitely taste the butter.
Maybe it's not the burnt taste. Maybe
it's
that's
the
the
butter
coffee. I feel like that's either a coffee or burnt taste. We're foodies here, so.
I don't know. I can't say this is the best brownie I've ever had. Can't say it's the worst. But I can say, I don't know what I can say.
That it's good.
It's decent. Would I make these again? No.
Will I eat them again? Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd eat them again if somebody else made them, but this was too much work for this brownie to taste like this. Oh.
But I do suggest trying the recipe.
Making what?
Trying the recipe.
Well, you heard it here, folks. What, only 3 years after the original video came out? The best brownies you'll ever eat. Debunked.
Tasty as fuck. Okay, bye.
If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time when Alex makes. if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, look at the camera.